Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another Master Grade video review, and this time I'm going ahead and taking a look at the Zaku 2 Ramba Ral Custom, or I'm sorry, the Gouf 2.0 Ramba Ral Custom, the MS-07B, as it is, and go ahead and take a look real quick. Overall, I do really like this kit. I do like the way it looks. The colors are spot on. The hoses just look the way it's supposed to. We can go ahead and take a closer look at the head. Once again, just like the other Zaku that I did, Johnny Ridden Zaku, and there is a mono eye, but they give you a sticker for clear pink. I used a red Sharpie, and we can get a LED light in there and we can see that a little bit better. I'm thinking about going back and repainting those with like a fluorescent pink so that way it pops out a lot more. But just, you see in there a nice clear red mono eye, and we get the light in there just right, and it looks awesome. And Cockpit Hatch, one of the easiest cockpit hatches that I've ever had in any of the Universal Century mobile suits that I've done. Simply, you just take this piece right here and slide it up, and you can see, probably, if we can get the light angled just right, we can see a little Ramba Ral sitting in there. Well, yep, Ramba Ral sitting there, cast in blue plastic. Which, once again, just like any of the other minifigures that I've had, I've yet to paint because I just haven't gotten around to it yet, and I'm not that good at painting such small figures yet. This is really nub heavy, though. I don't know how well you can see on camera, but there's quite a lot of nubs. Some of the nubs do blend in and look like stickers. Some of them are just bad nubs, and the two different tones of blue are throwing off my white balance, I've noticed. So, but yeah, just overall very nice. I do like the way Ramba Ral's Gouf turns out as a master grade. Now the hoses, they are it's a little bit different in the way that they were constructed than the than any of the Zakus. The way it's done is you get this rod that's done with the same plastic as some of the, like a big gray rubbery plastic rod, and then you slide that rod into these pieces while they're on the sprues, and then you cut them off of the sprues and then slide them up the rest of the way and get them to form and fit, which, if you can tell, would cause a lot of bad nubs to go on the hoses. So that is one thing you need to look out for when building this kit. Decal wise, we do have some pretty good decals going on. Just a lot of them just enveloping the entire kit with caution, warning labels, all of that jazz. The hand, as you noticed, I do have a little bit of paint overspray. The hand got a little bit broken while I was trying to do something to it, so I am thinking about replacing that and getting a new Gouf and having one in the MS-07A and one in the MS-07B, because it gives you parts to do it in, or the MS-07B. It gives you parts to do it in the Gouf B, which is Ramba Ral's custom type, and it gives you parts to do it in the regular style Gouf, which omits the hand cannon. But over here, the backpack, we do have some other nice decals. That is a very cool decal. I like the way it looks, the MS-07B. And then the Principality of Zeon is what it's supposed to say, but it got messed up at the very end right there, and I was so upset because I couldn't go back and fix it after I noticed it was already messed up. But, you know, just overall, really nice. The skirt armor does share a lot of stuff going on with the Zaku. As you can tell, there is this hatch back here for a rocket launcher, which this kit does not come with at all. And then we've got all of the hardpoint connectors ports for weapons, which this kit does not utilize. Anyways, go ahead with the Poseability. We do have a ball joint at the base of the neck, which makes him able to look up and down. rotate or kind of bend side to side as well, and then rotate left and right, which just like the Zaku 2.0 that I featured, if I can get the light to show right, when you rotate the head to the right, the eye moves to the right, and if you rotate it to the left, the eye moves to the left. So that is very nice. I do really like how they managed to do that. This actually does share a lot of same construction as Zaku 2 with the inner frame and everything, so a lot of the, if you've seen my Johnny Ridden custom of the Zaku 2, a lot of this is going to get repetitive. The shoulder armor does get out of the way a little bit, not as much as the way the Zaku 2 does for the shoulders, but we do have the same extending shoulder joint, and then we also have a ball joint as well as a upward and downward hinge, and a swivel in the bicep. Elbow bends double jointed. We get a nice 180 degree bend. On the right hand, we have the 2.0 style hand, which my fingers are a little messed up, so bear with me on that. So yeah, we still get the 2.0 style hand, so we have all the poseability in it that we've seen with the ball joint in the thumb, the knuckles individually articulated, and then the trigger finger individually articulated and at the base of the hand, and then at the base of the hand for the other three fingers they're conjoined, which you probably didn't get to see any of that, so we get to do quite a lot of stuff going on with the hand. And there goes the knuckle again. I built this kit when I was very tired, so I wouldn't be surprised if if some of my parts are broken, and aside from what I already know is broken. And on this hand, oh, and we do get the ball joint in the wrist, as well as the hinge in the wrist as well to bend forward and backwards. But on this hand, we do get a ball joint in the thumb, ball joint in each of the individual fingers, but once again, I've had problems with mine because it broke on me, and I haven't got a chance to get it fixed or replaced yet, so I'm just thinking about getting another Gouf and having this one end up just being used for a MS, or swap the parts out, so this one is my regular Ramba Ral Gouf, and then have another one that's just a MS-07A. Some of the decals don't like to stick either, so yeah, not much you can do with the gun hand. Waist, we do have a ball joint at the base of the waist, so we do get quite a lot of movement. And with the hoses, they actually do stay out of the way pretty well. Side skirt gets out of the way about that much. The rear skirt armor actually does get out of the way quite a bit. It does come out all the way that way. And the leg, it's on a universal joint, no variable hip system, so it's just a universal joint, so it can go forward about that much, and backward about that much, out to the side about that much, and then we also have a swivel at the top of the thigh. And then the knee, we get a good bend out of the knee. Nice double jointed bend. And as you can see there, the armor pieces do separate on the knee to get that the construction that master grades have been known for. So that is very nice too. Ankles, we do have a ball jointed ankle. I do believe that's only one ball joint. It's been forever since I've built this kit. No, it's two ball joints. And one on the top, and actually no, it's a ball joint on the top, and then at the base it's a rocking back and forth joint, so you can get that movement, and the toe can bend forward a little bit, and that's it. So that's what we have. Oh, and these bits of the skirt armor can fold up and out of the way too, so I forgot about that. I forgot those were separate parts, so those can actually get out. It gets out of the way a little bit better. So, fairly decent articulation for the Gouf. I keep wanting to call it a Zaku for some reason. Size comparison. Go ahead and stand him up next to the original Gundam. As you see, really nice size. It does look very nice together with the original Gundam. I wish I brought Johnny Ridden Saku down with me so I can do that comparison. I completely spaced that off and forgot, but I kind of wanted to show this off with the Zaku too as well, so we can get a good look of the upgrade between the Zaku and the Gouf. But that's him with the Gundam. Now, accessories. We do get a very nice shield. Very cool shield. Very nice decals, which were very easy. Even though they are big dry transfer decals with the big Principality of Zeon and the 10 stars as 10 mobile suits struck down as what I'm assuming it's for. And these quarter circles right here turn out pretty good. And nice kind of inner frame detailing going on in this. And we do also get his heat saber, which slides up in here, which that's just how you plug it in for storage. Is it slides up in there and kind of just pegs in onto this peg right here as well. So, it's kind of hard to make sure it gets shown in camera, so there we go. And so that piece just goes on right there. And, well, before we go any further, I would also like to point out the minifigures we get. We get a minifigure of Ramba Ral. Very nicely realized. He's obviously a little bit heavier guy, so they did show that off pretty well. And we get one of his wife, which I cannot for the life of me remember her name. I'll put it in an annotation or something, and I'll remember it as soon as I get it uploaded. And we also get the heat rod, which is a giant whip made out of the same polycap style plastic pieces as the hoses. So this comes off the same tree as what the hoses come off of, and it's very nice, very bendy. It's like 40 links of rubbery plastic ball jointed together, and we can clip that into his arm. There is the slot right there, and then there's a little bit of a ball joint right here that can just slide in and clip on just like that. And then you can take his hand and have him hold on to it, and now he can swing the heat rod out. See if I can get him in a decent pose doing this, because with that shield it gets a little bit awkward trying to pose that left arm. So yeah, we got something like that, but it unfortunately can't hold its weight. So if you were to get something like the Gundam in here, just take the heat rod and wrap it around his neck or something. And now Amuro's in danger. So that is a pretty cool little display that you can do with the heat rod. You can go ahead and we'll go ahead and take it out. And then with the heat sword, heat saber, whatever it's called, take the handle out of the shield for one. And we can also go ahead and hold on to that, which it does peg on pretty well. There's a couple pegs right there in the handle. We can just use any one of them and peg that into his hand, and then rotate the fingers around to it. And then we also do get a very nice fluorescent translucent orange blade, which is kind of like a smoky translucent orange. It's not all the way see-through. It's kind of it's not all the way transparent, so but it does look pretty nice once it's equipped. That is the weapon of choice that I have him holding onto on display usually, is just because it's so much easier to have him equipped with the heat sword instead of the heat rod. And we also, of course, get a standard action-based connector piece, as well as a cover for the heat rod connector for the right arm, and then a emitter for the heat rod in his left arm, if you would ever want to display him swapped around. And real quick, we get a left hand for the MS-06A, or the MS-07A Gouf, so the general purpose mass-produced version of the Gouf, which doesn't have the hand cannon, I believe, and it doesn't have either heat rod. The heat rod is a custom weapon of Ramba Ral, so So, overall, very nice kit. I do like the Gouf. It does come off as a very, very nice kit. Of course, Amuro's going to win this battle, as we all know. But overall, really nice. I do like the way the Gouf turns out. Comes off looking really, really nice, really screen accurate to the original anime. And if you like the Gouf, if you like any of the Zeon suits, I do highly suggest you pick this one up. There is a 1.0 that's out. I don't have it. It's a very old kit. The colors on the Gouf, I've noticed, are really bright. Almost a little bit too bright, but overall I just do really like the way it turns out. It does look pretty nice all together. Just, yeah, really nice kit. Once again, if anybody here likes any of the Zeon suits, this is a good one to pick up. Very fun to build, very nice display piece. I highly recommend it to anyone. And just being able to, if you have the the Gundam version 2.0, it is a very fun kit to pose them dueling around with, because Ramba Ral and Amuro did go at it in a couple of very, very big fights. So, anyways, this has been Ratchet Reviews. I hope you guys like this video review, and I will see you guys next time with another review. And take care. You have a good one. See ya.